Am I the a-hole for telling my mother-in-law she made her bed, so lay in it? My husband and I are in our early 30s, married for a few years but together for 11. Throughout this time, we often argued due to my in-laws' behavior, but specifically mother-in-law. There are many examples I could make, but to sum it up, she has been controlling not only to my husband but also me, even going as far as pressuring my husband to make me do what she wanted regarding situations that didn't concern her at all. Disrespectful towards me. Overall invasive and demanding. You name it. The only thing she has not done is directly insult me to my face. I kept telling my husband I was over their behavior and to put a stop to it, but he never really acted decisively, so mother-in-law never really stopped. Time after time, I would put up a happy front and bite my tongue not to cause drama, but because everything just keeps piling up, I'm always on the verge of blowing up whenever I'm around them. I told my husband I'd like to limit contact at least for a while, but he insists we go visit. My husband is also aware of much I'm affected by this. Anyway, we meet up and mother-in-law starts with her usual antics. I stay quiet until I've had enough and start talking back to her. I did not insult her, but I wouldn't let anything slide like I usually do and highlighted every inappropriate or invasive comment. She is surprised and asks me what came onto me. I never acted like this, and so on. In a fit of rage, I wasn't yelling and I spoke calmly and slowly, but my emotional state was crystal clear. You couldn't mistake it for a lighthearted remark. I told her she's been disrespecting me for years, and this is what she's getting now. And she made her bed, so she should just lay in it. Things got tense and we left. I'm upset, but finally feel liberated for standing up for myself. Husband seems torn. Mother-in-law is obviously livid. Husband has now said that he agrees and understands my emotional state on the matter, but also wants to keep the peace and to just apologize. I refused and said I would only be open to revisit the relationship if I see some change and effort to at least be cordial and mutually respectful, and I absolutely will not apologize for anything I said because I mean it and would do it again. I reminded him that he had many chances to stand up to them and that I also said no one involved would enjoy it if I had to stand up for myself, and he never took me seriously. I also said I never insulted her or yelled at her, so apologizing for my reaction to her comments sounds incredibly backwards. Am I the a-hole for what I said and for not budging on this?
Here are the top comments, plus Opie's reply.
Not the a-hole for this moment, but you've been treating yourself poorly for years by staying with a man who is willing to sit by silently while you are being treated disrespectfully and asks you to take the poor treatment to keep the peace. Why did you marry him before this got resolved? At least at this point you don't have kids. If he does want kids, then find a good counselor and insist on establishing boundaries with the in-laws before you bring a baby into this toxic family.
OP replied,
Yes, I might be biased here, but I think you are right, and that is basically why I am in the situation I am in. I do see improvement, but it's absolutely not enough for her to stop. If anything, most of his talks had the opposite effect. I might be the one with rose-colored glasses, I don't know. But I know from first-hand experience you need a lot of mental strength to go against someone like that. So that's why I gave him grace throughout these years. Hope it's not all for nothing.
Not the a-hole, you're a saint. Your husband needs to step up and be better. If he can't stand up for you with you present, I highly doubt that he does behind your back. Makes me wonder what mother-in-law says when you are not there and why she's comfortable enough to say it to him.
Not the a-hole. If anyone should apologize, it's your husband. He should apologize to you for not having talked to his mother about her inappropriate behaviors as soon as they started. And also, he might consider apologizing to her for not informing her that what she was doing was inappropriate. He knew this all along, and rather than say anything, he let it fester. That's all on him.